Everyone, on March 24th, 2011, my grandmother, Santina Olson, passed away. And now, 6 years later, I learned that the day she died, her doctor had wanted her to be sitting, like, on a chair and with her legs propped up because of her arthritis and diabetes and stuff, but she went against what the doctor said, and she was outside planting the flowers called sweet peas. And then after that, she took a bath to get all clean, and she went to Evelyn Gifford's funeral at the church by Mount Whitney High School of Visalia, California. And during when we were all gonna stand up for the Lord's Prayer, when we stood up, my grandmother started having a seizure and a stroke, and an ambulance came. So from about 2:45 p.m. till about 6 o'clock p.m. I was at Kauai Delta in trauma room 20 with my grandmother. I didn't know she was gonna die, but I started not being able to handle it, and my mom gave me $10 and said go to the store and get a candy and a soda. So I did because my mom knew I couldn't handle it. I got a can of regular Coke and a king size Snickers bar. So anyway, I went back in there and I couldn't eat it, so I just put it. I tried to give it to my grandma, but the nurse said no, and I told the nurse to fuck off because I said that's my grandma and I want her to have something sweet. And anyway, so I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I want to go home. I can't deal with this. So my mom says, okay, but tell your grandma you love her. I didn't know what my parents knew. I was 19 years old. So I went over to my grandma and I said, Grandma, I love you and thank you for everything. She looked at me and she said, I love you too. She died 16 minutes later. Anyway, even though that was a very, very, very hard day for me, 6 years later, I'm able to say I'm proud of her because even though the doctor told her to stay, like, sitting with her legs up, she wanted to make the world a better place by planting sweet peas. So even on the last day of her life, she made the world a more beautiful place. Positive vibes to everyone. Love. And I miss you, Grandma Santina Olson. May 17th, 1924 to March 24th, 2011, 86 years old.